Hello, Assalamualaikum. Welcome to MGT162 Fundamentals of Management. So this is chapter 1, Introduction to Management, and for this chapter I have two videos. So this is the first video. Okay. In this chapter, we have a few of the learning objectives. So we hope that by the end of the chapter, you'll be able to understand the concept of management. You will also learn about the management functions, the manager performance, levels and skills of the manager, and also the Mintzberg manager roles. Okay. I also have prepared the diagram of the content for this chapter. Okay, so basically in this chapter we learn about all the introduction part. Okay, so first of course we need to know the definitions of management, about the organization. When we want to measure the performance of the manager, so we're going to see in terms of the efficiency and also effectiveness. Okay. For the functions of management, we have 4 functions: planning, organizing, leading, and controlling. Levels of manager for the organization, there are 3 levels. Basically, we have top manager, middle manager, and also lower level manager. And the skills that the manager needs, we have 3 types of skills: technical skill, human skill, and also conceptual skill. While for the roles of the managers, okay, we can divide it into 3 roles. Okay, interpersonal role, informational role, and also decisional role. Okay, so under each of the roles, there are the roles under the interpersonal and also informational and decisional. Okay, so let's get started with the first is the definitions of the managers. Okay. Okay, so for the classic definition, we can say that management is the art of getting things done through people. Okay, so this is definitions by Mary Parker Foley. Okay, the art of getting things done through people. So meaning that as a manager, you have to make to fulfill the objective of the management, to run the organization by having all the activities, okay, all the tasks, okay, done through other people. Meaning that as a manager, you have to direct people, okay, people under you, okay, to do whatever activities so that the organization will be able to fulfill the objective. Okay, so as a manager, it doesn't mean that you have to do everything on your own, but you have to lead them, okay, to show them, to plan whatever it takes, okay, so that the organization will keep on running. So this is the classic definition of the management. So let's see a broader definition. Okay, a broader definition said that a management is the process of administering, okay, coordinating resources effectively, efficiently, and in an effort to achieve the goals of the organization. So it is a process, because as long as the organization is there, okay, exists, so we have to keep on doing all these activities. It will keep on running. Okay, so there are process of administering. You have to administer the organization. Okay, so you have to coordinate, you have to manage the resources. What are the resources of the organization? We can say that employees are human. Okay, so we call them as resources, because without these employees or human, of course you cannot run the organization. You also need capital or money, you also need the knowledge, skills, and so on. Okay, we need to manage, to coordinate, to handle all the resources in order for us to achieve the goals of the organization, to fulfill why the organization exists. What are the targets of the organization? So we want to achieve those targets. For example, the target of the organization or the objective, the goals of the organization is to making profit. So we want to make sure that we are able to make profit. Okay, how? By making sure that we manage, coordinate the resources, can lead effectively and efficiently. So we're going to see a broader definition, deeper definition for effectively and efficiency after this. Okay. Okay, let's see what it means by organization. Okay, because in the definition just now we mentioned about the organization. So, what is organization if you don't know yet? Okay, so organization is a group of individual. Okay, individual meaning that it can be two people. Okay, the minimum is two people or a group of people. Okay, who work together. Okay, in order for them to achieve the organization. So as long as these two people or a group of people, they gather together, they have the same objective for the organization, so we call them as organization. Okay. Next is in the organization, you must have the management structure. Okay, identify the roles and responsibility of the job to ensure every worker knows their job descriptions and responsibility. So inside the organization, all the employees must know their tasks, their responsibility, what they need to do. Okay, including the manager. So manager must know what they have to do. Employee must know what they have to do. Okay, they also know whom they have to report to or refer. So let's say that you as the employees, okay, so you know when you do all those tasks, who you have to report, who is your immediate boss. While you as the boss, as the manager, as the leader, you must give direction for the employee. You must able to influence them, to tell them on how to do work, to coordinate them, to manage them, and so on. Okay. And of course, as the organization, they must have the goals. You have a lot of employees, subordinates under you, okay, human resource, okay. So of course, all of these people, when they work under your organization, they have their own goals. For example, their goal is to get the payment, the salary, so that they can achieve a lot of their own desires or their needs. Okay, they want to have the salary so that they can buy cars, they can have a nice house, and so on. But whatever the goals the individual or the employee have, they must work together in order to achieve the organizational goals. Okay, so they have goals to be achieved. Okay, they are interacting with each other to achieve a common goal or a self goal. So when inside the organization, all these employees, okay, so they have to interact with each other under the management, under the manager, under the leader, in order for them to come together, to work together, to do all the activities together, so that they can achieve the goals of the organization. Because when we are under the same organization, okay, so we must try to fulfill what is the goals of the organization. Okay, so let's see, for example, these are all the examples of organization. For example, schools or universities is also organization. Okay, the malls, supermarket, businesses is the organization. The cafe, the restaurant is organization. The hospitals, clinic is also organization. Even a team, basketball team ke, football team ke, we also consider them as organization. So all of this is organization because we want to see, we want to identify whether that is organization or not. You just see, look into the content of the organization. If there are more than two people and they are working together because they want to achieve the common goals, so that's what we call as the organization. So hopefully by up until now you already understand what is the organization. Okay. Next, we go to how we're gonna measure the managerial performance. Okay, so this is what we want to see. Okay, so under the measuring, okay, we want to measure the performance for the organization, especially the managers. Okay, so you want to see whether the managers is able to perform efficiently and also effectively. We want to achieve both at the same time. Okay, if possible. Okay. So the first one is performance efficiency. Okay, so this can be achieved by using the fewest inputs. Okay, inputs here referring to the people or the human resource and money to generate a given output. Okay, meaning that using a limited amount of money or resources, okay, with such a small budget, but you are able to generate a large amount of output. Okay, so meaning that using this little amount of budget, you are able to fulfill to produce a lot or high volume of output. Okay, this means doing things right. Okay, efficiency means that doing things right. You are doing the activities, fulfilling the objective, which is in the right way. Okay, able to utilize and minimize the cost of resources such as staff, finance, equipment, as well as raw materials. Okay, mean that, for example, let's say that you want to produce you are operating a bakery. Okay, let's say after this, so that with a limited amount of money, you're able to operate your bakery with variety types of menu and so on. An efficient manager is a manager who can achieve outputs result as expected. So if you are as a manager, a very efficient manager is able to produce the required output, the number of output, and even though you have very limited resources. Okay, so let's see here the example. Okay, let's say that you are the owner of a cafe. Okay, so with a limited amount of money, resources, you have a little budget, a little bit. Okay, a few employees, barista. Okay, and then with that, you are able to operate your cafe, and then you have a lot of customers that come to your cafe. Okay, so we can say that you as the efficient manager. Okay, because with limited money, with limited budget, with limited employees, we're able to have a successful business. Okay, so that's what we call as efficiency. Okay, so let's see the next is effectiveness. Okay, how do we consider that manager is effective? Okay, achieve when the organization pursues appropriate goals. Appropriate goals mean that the goals that are very definite. Okay, and it is the best goal or the correct goal for the organization to achieve right now. Okay, this means doing the right things instead of trying to fulfill to achieve variety of goals, but this organization looking at the environment situation, current situation, economic situation right now, so the organization think that okay, this is the right things that we have to do for our organization. Instead of selling variety of food, focusing on too many products, okay, we want to focus on solely one product or two product, because looking at the economy, the situation that we are facing right now, so this is the right thing to do. Okay, the ability to choose the right goal. So there are variety of goals, so we want to focus on which one is correct, the right thing, the right goals, so that it will help our organization. Okay, let's say for example, let's say that this car company. Okay, so the company is a well-established company, so in the stable economic. Okay, so that the company have variety of cars that they sell. Okay, different models they have. An expensive car for here, very good ataupun rich people. Okay, they also sell okay, a small cc car for not very luxurious people and so on. But looking at the current economic situation right now with the pandemic and so on, so maybe not many people were able to spend to purchase such a expensive car. Okay, so maybe they have limited amount of money, they want to change to smaller car with a smaller cc so that they can manage their finance more. Okay, so the company decided that okay, looking at the environment, the economy and so on, so the company decided that the correct or the right objective for the organization is to focus to a small cc car, okay, affordable car, so that the company will be able to sell more car instead of the luxurious car, which maybe not many people will be able to buy. Okay, so at the time, the company decided that to focus on the right goals to achieve their objective. Well, the objective of the organization businesses usually they want to maximize their profit. Okay, so next we go to the management functions. Okay, so management function, as you see here in my diagram, there are four functions of the managers. Okay, planning, organizing, leading, and controlling, meaning that in the organization, okay, there will be managers, so we manage the organization for manage all the employees. So actually what they do inside the organization, okay, so these are the activities or the functions of the management. Okay, those people manage leaders. Okay, so basically they will do all these four activities. As long as the organization exists, they will keep on doing these activities, okay, every year. Okay, it's a cycle, so it will keep on doing the same activities. Okay, so let's see. The first one is planning. Okay, planning is setting goals and defining the actions necessary to achieve those goals. So of course, when we form the organization, we have those organizations, we must have our objective, our target, vision, what we want to achieve, why we form the organization, the company, what are the reasons. So we need to do planning. Okay, you have to set what are the goals that you want to achieve. Maybe the goals, okay, you want to achieve how much profit, how many products, where you want to sell the products, and so on. Okay, we're going to go to detail for planning in the next chapter. Okay, so the first thing that the manager do is planning. They have to plan for the organization. The second one is they will do organizing. Okay, the organizing is the process of determining the tasks to be done, who will do them, and how those tasks will be managed and coordinated. So of course, inside the organization, there will be employees, people, human resource. Okay, so you have to make sure, okay, the management, okay, the managers, they have to make sure that all the employees that they employ, they know their tasks, they have the activities, what they need to do. You don't want to employ people or employees and they didn't know what to do, they just sit without doing anything. Okay, so of course, as the manager or as the organization, the company, before you employ the employees, okay, you must know, okay, for this employee, what are the activities that they need to do. Okay, who will do all this activity, who will manage them, okay, which department, which category they will be in, and so on. So that's what we call as organizing. Okay, managing the human resource. Okay, the third activity or the third function of management is leading. Okay, the capacity to direct and motivate the members of work groups, okay, towards the accomplishment of organizational goals. When you plan for your organization, let's say that you want to have this profit, okay, how much profit that you want, and then in order for you to fulfill the objective, your target, okay, for the profit, you employ the employees so that the employees will work, okay, and sell the products so that will help the organization to achieve the profit. Okay, and you, of course, you cannot just tell your employees, okay, you have to do this, and then leave it to the employees. No, you have to lead them. Okay, as the management, you will be the leader for the employees, so you have to lead them so that they will be more coordinated. Okay, you must tell them, instruct them on how to do those tasks. You must keep on giving the motivation so your employees will be motivated to work harder for your organization. Why you need to do this is because you want to achieve the goals. Okay, you must remember that whatever that we do inside the organization is because we want to achieve the organizational goals. Okay, and the last one is controlling. Okay, controlling is monitoring activities to ensure that they are being accomplished as planned and correcting any significant deviations. Okay, so of course, when we instruct our employees to do all those tasks, okay, so we cannot just leave it for the employees and just wait for the outcome until they finish doing their work, the product is finished. No, as the management, they have to control, meaning that they have to monitor what are their employee currently doing so that they can make a correction if they see any deviation, or if they think that okay, with this speed, the employee speed of doing the activity or task, they won't be able to achieve the goals that we have to set. Okay, so that's why we have to monitor so that we can speed up the process, or we want to make sure that by doing this like this with this planning, so that we will able to achieve it. So that's why we need to control, we need to monitor our employees. So that's are the four functions of management: planning, organizing, leading, and controlling. So basically, inside the organization, all these tasks will be keep on doing. It's a process. Okay, so as long as the organization is there, so the activity, the function that will keep on running. Okay. So that's it for the first video. We're going to continue first chapter in the second video. Okay, see you there. Thank you.